Those items include item number 4, AB 1734 by Stephanie with a motion of due pass to higher education. Item number 5 with the motion of AB 1868 by Gallagher with a motion of due pass to appropriations. Item number 7, AB 1907 Addis with a motion of due pass to appropriations. And item number 8, AB 1910 by Berner with a motion of due pass to appropriations. With that, because we do have quorum, I'm going to have us just vote quickly on the consent calendar. Moved by Rogers, seconded by Addis. Please call the roll.
Bonta.
Aye.
Bonta, aye. Chen. Addis.
Aye.
Addis, aye. Aguirre-Curry. Aguirre-Curry, aye. Aarons. Coloza. Carrillo.
Aye.
Carrillo, aye. Gonzalez. Gonzalez, aye. Johnson. Johnson, aye. Patel. Patterson. Rogers.
Aye.
Rogers, aye. Sanchez. Schiavo. Sharp Collins. Sharp Collins, aye. Stephanie. Stephanie, aye.
The consent is out. We will move on now to our first item on the agenda, which is item 1, AB 1540 by Mark Gonzalez, 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline for LGBTQ Youth. This is an urgency bill.
I'll move the bill. Second.
Motion by Addis, seconded by Stephanie. Assemblymember Gonzalez, please go ahead whenever you're ready.
Thank you for the opportunity to present today. Thank you, Madam Chair. I also want to begin by accepting the committee's amendments and expressing my appreciation to the chair and the committee staff for working with my office on this bill. I also want to take a moment of personal privilege to thank the many colleagues, the members, the advocates, the providers, and the stakeholders who have offered thoughtful feedback to this bill. I remain committed to continuing those conversations so that we can address implementation concerns and ensure that the program works the way that it's intended to. This bill represents meaningful progress, but we know that there is still work ahead. I look forward to continuing that work with our partners in the 988 space and to make sure that the program can restart smoothly and effectively. But before we talk policy, I want to talk about something deeper. Every generation is tested by what it chooses to see and what it chooses to ignore. Sometimes the greatest danger to community isn't cruelty, it's indifference. It's seeing warning signs flashing for our young people and deciding it's easier to argue than it is to act. Last year, national funding for the 988 LGBTQ plus suicide prevention line was cut, shutting down a lifeline of thousands where young people relied in their darkest moments. AB 1540 is about restoring that lifeline. It reinstates the Press 3 option with 988 system so that when someone reaches out in crisis, they can be connected to trained counselors who understand the unique challenges LGBTQ plus youth face. Because the reality is that LGBTQ plus youth attempt suicide at a far higher rates than their peers, not because they are broken, but because too often the systems around them are. When young people or when a young person is at their lowest point and finds the courage to ask for help, the worst thing that we can do is let that call go completely unanswered. Suicide prevention should never be political. It's a public health responsibility. And restoring this service means restoring something simple but powerful, the chance for someone on the other end of the line to say, "You're not alone, stay with me." Sometimes the difference between tragedy and tomorrow is just one voice picking up that phone. AB 1540 helps to make sure that that voice is there. And today, to help us with that voice is Diva Shiv, a senior policy advocate for California Alliance of Child and Family Services.
Good afternoon, Chair Bonta and Assembly members. My name is Divya Shiv, and I'm the Senior Policy Advocate of Behavioral Health at the California Alliance of Child and Family Services, a proud co-sponsor of this bill. I am here to answer questions about the bill, and I defer the rest of my time to Bridget.
Hello, my name is Bridget McCarthy, and I'm here representing the American Foundation
for Suicide Prevention, which is the nation's largest public funder of suicide prevention research. We do support this bill, and I'm here to urge an aye vote on AB 1540. But most importantly, I'm here as a mother. In September 2020, just 12 days after his 16th birthday, I lost my amazing son, Riley Chart, to suicide. His birthday balloons were still floating in his room. An image of a life just celebrated is one I cannot get out of my head, and it's there every single day. That is why I'm committed to preventing suicide. I have no agenda, and I'm simply here because it's the right thing to do. In California, suicide is the second leading cause of death for our youth. For children like Riley, who are part of the LGBTQ+ community, that risk is exponentially higher. They aren't just statistics. They are children looking for a place where they belong and a voice that understands them. And I have Riley buttons if anybody would like one. After we lost Riley, we discovered that in the middle of his crisis, he reached out. He sent a text to a gay friend, hoping for a connection that never came. Back then, we didn't have 988. We didn't have the press option 3, a dedicated line where queer youth in distress can speak to somebody who truly understands their world. We know that a veteran crisis line looks after a fellow soldier. And if a veteran is in crisis, they're going to want to speak to somebody who understands their world. It's no different with LGBTQ+ youth. They need to know that the person on the other end of the line sees them for who they are. And we have to meet our children if we want to save them. Thank you.
You go ahead and finish your thought. There was a deferral of time.
Oh, thank you. Last year, the federal government cut the Press 9 crisis subnetwork, leaving thousands of queer and trans youth in California without specialized suicide prevention. We just passed AB 727 to put hotlines on school ID. But this is the next big step. This isn't just a niche option to Press 3. It handled 73,000 calls from California alone from LGBTQ youth. And the suicide rates for trans youth are 4 times higher than that of their peers, and we cannot afford this gap. AB 1540 restores this lifeline and ensures our youth get the identity-affirming care they need to stay safe. And when it comes to LGBTQ youth, words matter. There is no room for error here. For Riley and for every child still reaching out, I urge you to support AB 1540. We must fund and implement that press option 3 immediately. Let's make sure that the next time a child reaches out, someone who understands is there to pick up. And this legislation is the hand in the dark. Please say aye on 1540.
Thank you. We will now move to hearing any support on the measure.
Craig Pulsfer on behalf of Equality California, proud co-sponsor and support, also here on behalf of the California Psychological Association.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members. Malik Bynum on behalf of the County Behavioral Health Directors Association and proud support. Thank you.
Angela Pontes on behalf of Planned Parenthood Affiliates of California and support.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. With Franco here on behalf of the California Fire Chiefs Association and support.
Good afternoon, John Scoglin with the County of Los Angeles in support.
Kelly Brooks on behalf of the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors here in support.
Catherine Squire on behalf of the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls in support.
Good afternoon, Trent Murphy with the California Association of Alcohol and Drug Programs in support.
Good afternoon, Bindu Mukamala with the National Association of Social Workers, California chapter, in strong support.
Mady Lowe with the California Behavioral Health Planning Council, proudly support.
Ramel Antoine with the Sacramento LGBT Community Center, proud co-sponsor of this bill, in support.
McLean Rosansky with the Alameda County Office of Education, in support.
Clifton Wilson on behalf of the California State Association of Psychiatrists, as well as the California Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, and then as well as the City of West Hollywood, all in support. Thank you.
Hello, Sayla Steiger on behalf of Lion Martin Community Health Services in strong support. Thank you.
Kathy Mossberg on behalf of the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, in support.
Nora Angeles with Children Now, in support.
Lauren Polito with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the Office of Lieutenant Governor's Transgender Advisory Council, in strong support.
Angel Jaimes with the Trans Latina Coalition, in strong support.
Thank you. We will now hear from primary witnesses in opposition. You'll each have 2 minutes.
On behalf of CAUSE, I oppose AB 1540. My name is Johnny Skinner. I was a gay kid who was harmed by LGBT-specific suicide prevention. As a teenager, I was on puberty blockers and estrogen. My physical development was arrested. I was isolated and bullied because my body stayed that of a child's. I was having thoughts of suicide because I didn't like anything about my body. My hatred of my body significantly worsened after I started sex-rejecting interventions. The doctors told me I was supposed to be a girl, so I viewed my male body as defective. I was in crisis, so I called the Trevor Project because that's what LGBT influencers online told me that's who you call. They were very nice at first, very affirming, but when I started talking about what was actually wrong, the side effects, the hormones, the blockers, my depression, they got very quiet, and then they hung up on me, a suicidal child. The world caved in, and I cried myself to sleep that night. AB 1540 would route kids like me, kids in crisis, directly to organizations like the Trevor Project, an organization that believes children can be born wrong, an organization that doesn't want to hear about the harms of so-called gender-affirming care. In fact, they deny the harms even exist. I know what it is to be a lonely gay kid reaching out in the dark for someone to help. That kid deserves real help and holistic care. That kid deserves to be told the truth, not an ideology. Don't send the next kid to the people who abandoned me. Please vote no on AB 1540.
Please go ahead.
Erin Friday, president of Our Duty, attorney, mom, and a kid who used to believe that she was trans. California is looking to create a dedicated routing option that directs youth to an LGBTQ provider through grants. This will direct the callers to Trevor Project or similar using 998. This bill is a direct attempt to do an end run around the prohibition of federal dollars being spent on the Trevor Project. But don't worry. When I was in D.C. last week speaking with the HHS, I made sure that they are aware of the games California is playing. The Trevor Project is not a suicide prevention organization. Its main focus is to target minors, promote secret social transitions, and provide chat rooms open to users ages 13 to 24 with no age verification. I know because I joined last year. I was able to join the Polyamory Club, where kids and adults set up meetups, the Age Regression Club, where adults who like to pretend to be little kids can talk to depressed teenagers. One post was titled, "Looking for Little Ones. I am 18. I just want to talk to someone while I'm regressing. I also have a Discord." Member Gonzalez and this legislature made sure that all public school kids have the Trevor Project on their student IDs so that they can access this sexual chat rooms. This bill is another vehicle for the author's favorite fetish nonprofit. If the goal is truly suicide prevention, then 998 suffices and does so without incorporating sexual or fetish content. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now hear any Me Too's in opposition for the bill. Please come forward, state your name, affiliation, and your on the bill.
Good afternoon, David Bolog, SFV Alliance, and neighbors for the neighbors of the 40th Assembly District for Sane Legislation. We are opposed.
Good afternoon, Carly Stelzer on behalf of the California Behavioral Health Association. Not an official oppose. We had letters of concern. Just want to acknowledge that we're working with the authors and sponsors on that and appreciate the collaboration.
Bev Talbot from the Lesbian and Gay Courage Coalition. We strongly oppose funding a hotline that routes vulnerable youth into chat rooms with no age verification and onto Discord, a known source of child exploitation. Thank you.
My name is Jean Chadbourne. I'm from Oakland, California. I'm a lifelong Democrat, mother of a gay son, and I'm here on behalf of Women Are Real, Women's Declaration International, Women's Liberation Front, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Elisa Overholt. I'm here with Women Are Real, Women's Liberation Front. I oppose this bill.
Tish Hyman from Los Angeles, California. I'm here on behalf of Black lesbians in Los Angeles, and I strongly oppose this bill.
My name is Matthew Ward. I strongly oppose this bill, and I am a school board member for Galt Elementary School District.
Meg Madden on behalf of CAUSE, Californians United for Sex-Based Evidence in Policy and Law, and Women Are Real and Our Duty, as well as Amy Anderson and Heather McClure, in opposition to AB 1540. Thank you.
Nicole Young, Placer County Moms for Liberty, as well as Moms for Liberty California Legislative Committee. I represent over 12,000 parents and strong opposition.
Ariane Geringer from Oakland, California, on behalf of LGB, that is Lesbian, Gay, and Bisexual Alliance USA, the USA chapter of LGB International, and I oppose this bill.
Romy Mancini, former attorney for the ACLU Lesbian and Gay Rights Project and member of Our Duty and Women Are Real. I strongly oppose this bill.
I'm Barbara Walker from Alameda, California. I'm here with Women Are Real. I am the mom of 3, and I'm the daughter of a mom who took her own life with dozens of suicide prevention cards in her pocket, and I strongly oppose this bill.
Sunil Wijayasekara from Pleasanton. I'm with the Democrats for Informed Approach to Gender, as well as Women's Liberation Front. I oppose this bill.
Lisa Smith, lifelong Democrat until 2 years ago. I strongly oppose this bill.
Rochelle Connor, on behalf of the Frederick Douglass Foundation of California, we are in strong opposition and request a no vote.
Mallory Engel from Sacramento, California, and I oppose this bill.
My name is Layla Jane. I'm a detransitioner, and I'm here with CAUSE, and I oppose this bill.
My name is Greg Bird, Vice President of the California Family Council, in opposition. Thank you.
My name is Mariam Syed. I'm with Women Are Real and Californians United for Sex-Based Evidence in Policy and Law from Menlo Park, and I oppose this bill.
My name is Amanda Covatana from San Mateo County. I'm with Women Are Real, Women's Liberation Front, and Lesbians Advocating for a Resilient Future, and I strongly oppose this bill.
I'm Arian Adam Chikova, longtime San Francisco progressive Democrat and LGBT activist, mother of a formerly trans-identified son, co-lead of the LGB Courage Coalition education team, co-founder of California Teachers Supporting Gender Nonconforming Youth, and member of Democrats for an Informed Approach to Gender, a veteran high school Spanish teacher, and a state council representative for CTA, and also a teen suicide survivor. I stand in strong opposition to this bill.
My name is Rachel Bordoli. I'm a registered Democrat, long-time San Francisco resident, member of Women Are Real, member of Democrats for an Informed Approach to Gender, as the mother of a gender non-conforming young lesbian, and former supporter of the Trevor Project, I stand in strong opposition to this bill.
Hi, my name is Beth Bourne. I'm from Davis, California. I've been working very closely with the Federal Trade Commission on this unfolding medical scandal where we're lying to children about their healthy, whole bodies. And I strongly urge you not to support this bill because...
Just your position.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so
a boy
much.
can't become
Thank
a girl.
you.
A girl can't become a boy.
Please.
Leandra Wells with the California Family Council, and I oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. We will bring it back now for any member questions or comments. Assembly member, I would like to give you an opportunity to address the some of the concerns related to the Sharp Collins had a question or comment.
It was going to be a comment. First off, I would like to thank the author for bringing forth this bill. I also would like to thank those that were here to provide your story, your testimony. Thank you so much for that also. But what I wanted to say was that every day in California, the LGBTQ plus youth face extraordinary mental health challenges. And tragically, too many lives are lost because of the support they need is often delayed or is unavailable. This is about more than just access. To me, this bill is about equity, justice, and the accountability, ensuring that our policies reflect the values of a state that protects all of its youth. California has a long history of leadership in mental health and suicide prevention, and this legislation, to me, is a bold step to continue that leadership where it is needed the most. Some may question timing, funding, or the logistics in regards to this particular measure, but let us be clear that no bureaucratic hesitation, no debate over resources, and no outdated system can take precedence over the lives of all of our young people. This bill is a statement that California refuses to leave its most vulnerable youth behind, and that the LGBTQ plus youth truly matter, and that the state will take decisive action to actually protect them. This is not only a moral or social imperative, but it's also a political imperative. So leaders in this state will be judged by whether they acted when lives were at stake. Well, lives are at stake. So it's our duty to do everything we can to actually protect those lives. We have the tools, we have the knowledge, and I believe that we have the responsibility to act, and we must act now to save those lives. So with that statement, I will be supporting this measure today.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank Assemblymember Gonzalez for bringing forward this bill. This bill is attempting to simply restart a service that we already had available nationwide before the current federal administration ended it. Research is very clear that our LGBTQ people, and particularly our youth, are disproportionately at high risk of suicide. And at a time when their basic existence is being challenged, I can only imagine those feelings of anxiety and fear and the judgment that comes with that and how much it can be exacerbated. And I thank you always for bringing in the story of Riley into our conversations around this. I want to also thank the opposition for your comments and your testimony as well. I want to appreciate our staff and your staff and you for always working with this committee. Assemblymember Gonzalez, you've indicated that you will accept those amendments that we've offered, and I'm proud to be a co-author of this bill. With that, would you like to close?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you to my colleagues for today, and thank you to everybody who came, whether you were in opposition or you're in favor of the bill. It's important to be here because decisions are made by those who show up. I've read those opposition letters. I've heard the angry calls. I've received those hateful voicemails, the ones claiming that this bill is about ideology or politics or some kind of an agenda. Let's be clear what this bill is actually about. Very simple. A phone call. That's it. Just a phone call. A young person alone in their room staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m, wondering if anybody in the world understands them enough to keep them alive just for one more day or one more hour. And when they finally find the courage to reach out, we should make sure that someone on the other end of that line knows how to help them, has the training and the skill set to keep that individual alive. That's it. That's the bill. Not ideology, not politics, just the basic responsibility to keep our children alive. We are in the season of Lent right now, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. It's a season that asks people of faith to reflect on sacrifice, conscience, and what it means to stand with those who are suffering. And for me, that reflection is very simple. When a young person is in crisis, our job is not to interrogate them, debate them, or filter their pain through somebody else's politics. Our job is to answer the phone, answer that text, answer that cry for help, because while some people are busy writing letters about ideology, there are kids out there right now just hoping somebody will answer that call. AB 1540 makes sure that when they do call, someone understands them and is there and they are ready to listen. And in a moment where a life hangs in the balance, that can be the difference between despair and tomorrow. Members, this should not be a partisan question. It's a moral one. I respectfully ask for a vote.
Thank you. With that, we've had a motion and a second. Secretary, please call the roll.
The motion is do pass as amended to the Communications and Conveyance Committee. Bonta?
Aye.
Bonta, aye. Chen? Addis?
Aye.
Addis, aye. Aguiar Curry? Ahrens? Caloza? Carrillo? Carrillo, aye. Gonzalez? Gonzalez, aye. Johnson? Johnson, no. Patel? Patterson? Patterson, no. Rogers? Aye. Rogers, aye. Sanchez? Sanchez, no. Schiavo? Schiavo, aye. Sharp Collins? Sharp Collins, aye. Stephanie? Stephanie, aye.
That bill is will be on call.